That's kind of live right there.
Yeah, that was live. That
We
was
gotta start
live.
doing that. Give us time too. Yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up? Episode 3, Bang Bros Sports Show. I'm Coach Ed with my co-host, the Frozen One, Coach Mac. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? Appreciate y'all
Ain't
for
nothing.
tuning in. Episode 1 and 2, showing the support and the love, man. We looking forward to keeping this thing rolling. So tune
Oh
in.
yeah, yeah. We definitely getting a lot of good feedback. Man, we rookies in the game, so we just trying to get it going. But we trying to be some LeBron James and goddamn Kevin Garnett's when it comes to this podcast stuff. So we're
Yeah,
gonna get
yeah.
things rolling, hit the ground running. New news, man. New news. So the new news again. It's kind of a dead time. So summer league.
Yeah.
So kind of give me your highs and lows on some people that you've been impressed with summer league.
Uh highly been impressed with, man. Reed Shepard from Kentucky. I don't forget what's his dad's name? Jeff Shepard,
Yeah.
his son from Kentucky, man. Kid's playing really good for Houston. Um, obviously, we'll get on our our Bronny thing a little later, man. But I'm impressed with a couple guys that's already been in the league, kind of on their second stint. Big fella from what is he from? Portland, played really well yesterday. Name ain't coming to me right now, but we've been in Atlanta, so I didn't watch too much, man. But I saw some highlights. The kid from the Lakers that got drafted with Bronny from Tennessee playing pretty good. He playing better as of I think in Vegas, but I'm excited to keep get some eyes on it this week though. What you think?
Yeah. He's been efficient for sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll touch back on that Bronny thing, but it's kind of tough whenever you got somebody really shining and somebody who really ain't doing up to par. Rob Dillingham, you know what I'm saying? He's a highlight of the draft. High ceiling. And he's kind of had some ups and downs too. And I think that's kind of the spot whenever you're in that point guard, that combo guard spot, when you kind of have to get in a position where you're not really distributing, but you got to kind of be a shot maker. And them trying to learn and transition from the college to the pros, they kind of struggling, and they taking shots in volume, and they're not very efficient. So, but it's all a learning process too, though.
His ass didn't play though. I mean, he not saying he was a pro before Kentucky, but he was with OTE for like a year and a half. So he didn't got some good experience, some good run. I'll be honest with you. Even Top had this argument with Rico. I don't know how good he gonna be. I don't know how long he gonna last. I don't think he's too much different than a Sharif Cooper, to be honest with you.
He reminds me of Brandon Jennings.
I agree.
Yeah.
I haven't seen enough of him to be solid on that though.
Yeah, he has flashes where he could go for 51 game, and I can see him having an over game with 8 turnovers too.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's gonna be consistent, but it might be. You know what I'm saying? It might be. I hope it is. I like the way he plays. He's ball dominant, so I don't know how that will work. He definitely has to work on extending his range and being efficient from behind the 3-point line, just because he's so small. But like I said, I'm excited to see how he does. Some other guys too, that the D-Town guys, Keontae.
Keontae. I was surprised they put him back in there. That surprised me.
Yeah, but he was kind of like battling for minutes. And he was getting good minutes during the season.
He started a lot of games though too.
Yeah, but I think they're just trying to get him just more burn. You know what I'm saying? To get him more experience. Yeah. So that'd be exciting to see.
Ronald Holland played decent, but he's starting to get a lot of criticism too, though. Not criticism. I turned the TV on this morning and I heard somebody say, as soon as I cut it on, they said something about being a wasted draft pick. And I couldn't rewind it, but I didn't know if they were trying to talk about him, but he was going to the free throw line.
Yeah.
So I looked up some of his stats, and he ain't been playing, I guess, as efficient as a fifth pick should play. But the kid plays hard, man. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. When he plays with that energy, man, he's got that high motor. He's gonna figure it out. Also, too, the skill set's gonna come where he could eventually be like a real efficient, like 3-and-D type player.
Yeah.
So
Popovich shut down Stephen Castle. He hurt his wrist, sprained his wrist, and they shut that boy down for the rest of Rest of
Yeah,
the summer kid from the Spurs out of UConn. So yeah, it's some talent out there, man. This summer league.
yeah, man. So again, Bronny is always gonna be the hot topic. We're gonna touch on that in just a second. But who you feel like is gonna be the sleeper of the draft?
I'm gonna stay with Stephen Castle. I'm gonna stay with Stephen Castle. Kid is young, man, and hearing his interview during the draft was like a humble type of shit, and then it was I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. Now going into going into San Antonio, I don't know, but he's versatile. He's a versatile kid. Plays hard, so I'm kind of excited to see him. I think he's going, and the opportunities there. And you got CP. If he stays healthy, you got CP running the point. So you're just out there being an athlete. So
Yeah,
you got Big Victor. So I think I'm excited about him. And then some other guys, I just feel like they just toss ups, man. But really, just that kid though.
yeah, that's what's up, man. All right, we're gonna move on to the next.
And Bronny, man, and Bronny James, man. I'm
We
gonna
gonna, we
still
gonna,
say,
no, we gonna hold on. We're gonna talk about
yeah,
Bronny.
man.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
Bronny James guy, man.
We gonna talk about Bronny. All right, we're gonna go today is sports history. So again, it's like dead period. Ain't much going on. You
Yeah,
got baseball, so I looked up some stuff. There's some no hitters. There was some tennis stuff. But the thing that stood out to me was Lennox Lewis, heavyweight champ, married Miss Jamaica, Violet Chang.
yeah,
So of course I had to look her up. Yeah, and they was together. I don't know if they still together, but
yeah. They
yeah,
still together. Yeah, they still together.
she definitely a beauty queen.
Yeah, they still together.
Yeah. She definitely a
Yeah,
beauty queen, and yeah, he winning on that one.
yeah.
So Lennox Lewis,
Well, they got
I
four
guess,
kids. They got 4 kids together, so he ain't going nowhere.
oh no, nah, man. Once she stayed with him with that receding hairline and he cut the dreads, yeah, he got to rock it out, boy, and stay low, man. She down for
Hey,
the cause.
who is he? I mean, I know the name, but of course, but who is he? Like, who is he popular or who is he known well for, like beating in boxing? I know
So
the name, but
right, so my favorite athlete of all time, Mike Tyson.
yeah,
He knocked Mike Tyson out.
he knocked him out or knocked him down.
Knocked him like Mike Tyson quit, like TKO'd him.
What year was this? Well, I mean,
This was a huge fight, yeah. Because it was him and Mike Tyson just came back. Mike Tyson had whooped somebody. He came in and it was a hyped up fight. And yeah, Lennox Lewis is a boxer. He's a 6'5", 6'6", 6'8" boxer. They just like whooped his ass.
so
Like
is this the fight? Is this the fight before Mike bit Evander's ear off?
It was
Mike
after
was on
that.
it down?
Yeah, it was after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was after that. But
Okay.
I think so. I hope so. Shit, I should know that.
So he wasn't Iron Mike at that time.
Oh no. He was
Plastic
dead,
Mike,
came
rubber
back,
Mike.
coked up. Yeah.
Robin Givens, post Robin Givens.
He was after the Robin Givens. Robin Givens took him down bad. But yeah, that was it. So that's today in sports history is Lennox Lewis, heavyweight champ.
Shout out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Love boxing. We gotta talk about it more often. All right, we're gonna bring on a guest. We got a guest. And I'm excited to have him on because he's gonna give us some hot takes. All the way from East Texas.
Oh, hey.
What's up with it, man? Am I too loud, man? I'm trying to figure out my settings.
Nah, you good, man. You sound good, man. You got the professional setup. Look at him. See, I expect that from you, though. I expect that from you.
You got the good background.
Yes, sir, man. What's up, man?
Man, what's good, man? I'm glad you got me on today.
Yeah, so, man, you hit me up and was like, man, you got to let me get on the show. And I know you got great takes, so I was like, man, it's got to happen. So, you here. So, Coach Mac been waiting to talk about this Bronny situation. I know you got a hot take on Bronny, so we're gonna let you just dive right into the Bronny situation.
It looked like you briefed Coach Mac. Today he's a little more relaxed. The last 2 episodes he's been super professional.
Yeah, man. I said,
ready to get into this Bronny situation,
self, man. Yeah,
but yeah, man. So what's the deal? So I heard your take yesterday, and I got to be honest. Your take sounds like you're a LeBron fan, and I think you mentioned that earlier in the show. Is that correct?
Me or Joe?
You.
LeBron, no. I mean, I respect this game, but I'm not a LeBron fan. Nah, I'm a Bronny fan though.
How are you a Bronny fan?
I respect the kid. I respect what he's done. I respect his grind, his work ethic. I respect him. He gonna get it done. He gonna get it done.
Okay, so my question would be this: what is your take on LeBron James and Clutch Sports helping Bronny James get this slot on the Lakers with this contract? What's your position on it?
Man, I don't mean, here we go. Let's see. Let's be real. As if I'm speaking on LeBron, I don't respect it. I don't respect you creating this lane for your son so easy to have it handed to him. I don't respect that. Now, Rich Paul and Clutch Sports, that's their job. That's their job to put people in the best position possible. You know, that's what the man gets hired and paid for. Now again, Bronny, he can't help who he's born into. He can't help who he is, man. So, but I fault LeBron for it. If I'm gonna pick anybody to stand out and bash, I'm gonna bash LeBron. You know, you've done it the wrong way, and the way it's going, the way I've been looking at some of the stats. I mean, now the kid, I saw a quote today where he talking about he's okay with playing in the G League now. At first, he wasn't saying none of that. So, I mean, you might have put this kid in a bad position, man, and you got to look yourself in the mirror as a parent, especially after you done playing, and see if that kid can survive on his own. So, but for Bronny, man, he just in that thing trying to work, and Rich Paul trying to make a job.
Yeah, man, I hate the situation. What about you, Ed?
Man, again, like I said, if I got 3 boys, I'll do anything in the world to put them in the best situation possible for them to be successful. Now, I might put them in a situation where they might not be prepared for, but if they have the support system in place, I'll still rock with it. But I also am huge on development. Anybody that knows me knows I'm big on development. And sometimes you got to wait your turn and pay your dues and earn it yourself, because then it's going to be better in the long run. You're going to have more longevity whenever you got to put in the work and you got to like really feel the grind. So I'd say he should have stayed. I think it would have been better if he stayed. One for sure, I would have stayed 2 more years.
2 more years.
And then I think he would have been ready to be an serviceable role player in the NBA.
Yeah.
You think so? At his height?
Serviceable, yes. Yeah, because he has a good high. I feel like he has a high basketball IQ. He's athletic. He's small, but I think he could be he's a career backup point guard. That's what
he's not shooting it. He's not shooting it well enough right now, or he hasn't shot it well, except for that shoot around when he had at the combine, and that was with no defenders in his face. So
no, definitely not. I'm looking at his stats. So he's 2 for 26 and 0 for 12 on three-pointers. So
yeah, and I mean, the worst is you ain't won a game yet. So I mean, you know, we all about winning. He ain't won a game yet. You play. I got 27 minutes and 29, and like you said, he's 2 for 26. So
that's crazy.
I don't know, man. You might have ruined the kid.
Yeah. But with him being, I think LeBron doesn't want him to go to the G League. I think Bronny does. I think LeBron is pulling a lot of strings that Bronny really doesn't want pulled.
Yeah.
Was this a contract year for LeBron? Did he sign a new contract this year?
Yeah, he signed it right at the day, like a day or two after the draft. He signed.
So obviously
he signed it the day before the draft. He extended. He got a 2-year deal with I think a player option. So basically he can opt out, and then when Bryson, his other son, is ready for the draft, his contract will be ready to sign again.
Do you
set
think
it up for another? He's gonna have both of his sons on his team.
Right. So here's the deal. So do you think him rushing Bronny into the NBA had anything to do with this being a contract year for him? You think that timing just happened coincidentally, or do you think it was all in the
No,
he held that over their head.
He strategically signs 2-year deals just so that he has all the leverage when it comes to negotiating.
That's the type of stuff that makes me hate LeBron.
Yeah,
like as like his tactics and his methods, like that he's basically serving himself completely in these deals, which is fair. But then he'll use rhetoric in the public through Clutch Sports to make it like, oh, he's missed the team. He's looking out for the franchise. He's willing to take a lower paycheck for this deal. But really, at the end of the day, the guy is self-serving. And that's why I have like issues actually accepting LeBron as a person that can be considered for the GOAT conversation. Because every time I see this dude doing something in the media, I see that he's willing to look us in our eyes and tell us up is down, green is brown, whatever. He will look us into our eyes, and we'll be looking at it for what it is, and he'll insist on telling us that it ain't what it is.
Yeah,
I don't appreciate that.
Yeah,
and then him talking about developing his son. He's talking. This man there. His man said we're going to develop Bronny in the NBA when there's already a developmental league for NBA hopefuls. Why would we do that? And if I'm not really a fan of any team. I got to be honest with you guys. I'm not really a fan of any team. I'm not a fan of any athletes. I like athletes. I like certain franchises. But if I were someone who was highly invested into the success and the legacy of the LA Lakers, man, I'd be having fits, man. Yeah, I'd be having fits with this guy coming from wherever the hell he's coming from, and just doing this to holding our franchise hostage, man.
Yeah. They've said that a couple former Lakers have spoke out, and I think they're not doing it directly, but they're mentioning draft picks. I know Worthy said something about them making the best decisions for the organization. Mm-hmm. And not obviously to sell tickets. So yeah, I agree, man. I agree. LeBron at times now, I feel like he still got to be considered in that GOAT talk, but I feel at times, man, he makes a lot of stuff about himself, and
yeah, I probably jumped out the window with that comment. I'll back out of that.
We'll pull you back in. We'll pull you back in.
He's not my kind of guy.
He was emotional on that one.
Yeah. Don't bring that up later. I'm not defending that. But what did y'all get a chance to watch Gilbert Arenas' take on it?
Yeah, I saw what he had to say. What you think about that?
Man, I feel like Gilbert's got to be careful. I do like Gilbert Arenas. All the crazy stuff that he does, I don't necessarily condone it, but him as a person and him as a personality, I love it. I love his takes. I love his perspective. I can tell that he puts a lot of thought into his takes. Like, he thinks about the game all the time. He thinks about ways to innovate different schemes offensively and defensively. And like, he thinks about the game within the game, drafts and all that stuff. I love the way his brain works around the game of basketball. He's got to be careful when he's talking about LeBron James in any Clutch Sports affiliate, because I feel like he's losing credibility every time he opens his mouth talking about LeBron James and Clutch Sports, because none of those takes are based on the facts or any type of logic. Like, if you go back and take a listen to what he recently said on Gil's Arena, man, it's wild, man. It's full of the type of rhetoric that's strictly emotionally based. Like, one of the things he kept harping on was, well, this is his son, and his son had a heart attack, and he wants to make sure that his son is with him 365 days out of the year. Okay, then go to the front office and get him an office job. Yeah. Get him a job working with y'all on the coaching staff.
This is what not to cut you off. This is what Gilbert said.
No, yeah, Gilbert said that LeBron had to get his son drafted so they could spend time on the road together. And I feel like that's crazy. That's crazy talk. This man is a literal billionaire. His son could be 18 years old, getting homeschooled, traveling with his dad 365 days out of the year.
He already got money. He don't need to travel with his dad.
Yeah, and why did he need, like, man, the fact that they gave this man a contract, I know there is precedent, but there's no precedent with follow-up success afterward.
Yeah.
So it's still a bad investment. And again, we know it's nepotism.
Yeah.
And I feel like these conversations, man, I feel like they have an impact way beyond the NBA and LeBron James, because we're slowly moving sports away from objective.
Yeah.
We want to be objective about it. We want to talk X's and O's. Let's look at the analytics. Let's look at the numbers. Which guy is the best for this role? Which one is the best fit for this team? But now we're considering all types of things, even in the conversations that we're hearing surrounding Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese for the Rookie of the Year in the WNBA. That's straying away from the objective. And it's like, God dang, man, what we gonna be able to stand on in 5 years, if not the objective?
Right. So how do you feel about basically making civil rights or social rights a part of sports? Because that's pretty much what Bronny is kind of standing on.
God did that. God already did that. God already did that. He gave us melanin. We own certain sports. That's the equalizer. That's the equalizer. We dominate we dominate the sports that we're meant to dominate. If we were to fuck around, sorry for cursing. Sorry,
you good, man.
If we were to mess around and get into these tertiary sports like rugby or even soccer, like we could potentially extend professional careers in those markets. But again, God already did the balancing on that. In a game like a sport like football, that's God's sport, because you got certain positions that you don't necessarily benefit from being black. Like the white boys, they're gonna be on that offensive line. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna enjoy it too. They love being on that offensive line. And then sort of black guys, they go like, it's God already balanced that out. It somehow worked out from the days of the Greeks in the Olympics. God been sorting this stuff out for long. We don't need civil rights to get involved. We got the numbers. We got the analytics for that, bro.
Yeah. Now I saw a comedian. In fact, I'm gonna play the video when I do the edit. And he was talking to his grandpa, and he was talking about participation trophies. And he said, y'all didn't need participation trophies because y'all sports weren't integrated. He said, once they became integrated, y'all weren't winning no trophies. So you didn't have to worry about participation trophies. And that kind of made me laugh. I'm gonna drop that video later on.
I know, I was like, yeah, Grandpa, you didn't need participation trophies because you refused to compete against black athletes. Pretty easy to win a trophy back then, Grandma. He's like, no, we were pretty good at basketball. And then you see all the old videos, they're all dribbling like this. They all got goggles on, they're getting allergy shots at halftime, you know. They're passing like, heads up, Gerald. The shorts are up to here because they don't have to worry about the dick peeking out yet, you know.
But now I definitely feel, especially with the Caitlin Clark, Angela Reese, it's always been about race. I mean, it was like that in college. It's a fan base that loves Caitlin Clark, somebody who's, again, super talented, has a high IQ. She fits the mold of what they want. And then there's Angel Reese, which is the total opposite of what that other fan base wants. You know, right. And so it's easy because they're polar opposites. They even play different positions, but it's so easy to have them compared because that's where we are as far as in society. Is the racial undertones are still there.
I will say this. That's part of the American experience because we are a hodgepodge, a melting pot. We're always going to have that opportunity to be like, okay, black and white. This is why we love boxing. This is why we love the Celtics and Lakers, because of these racial components. We want to see what the style of the Anglo-Saxon versus the African American. We want to see how they measure up at the highest level of competition. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that racial component. I think when it goes into the social justice and we start adding that stuff when we're evaluating these players and their value in the league, that's when we're messing up the league. We're going in the wrong direction.
When it builds tension, when it builds that tension.
Because I agree with you 100% just because of the fact that sports is so objective and it's so pure.
Exactly.
Because there's rules in place. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, or Mexican. When you shoot the basket, if you make it, you get 2 points.
Bro, it's the ultimate equalizer. Sports has always united us. There's a guy that you grew up with, you grew up knowing a little bit about, and you got to know him better either on the basketball court or the football field. And through that experience, you gained a certain level of respect for him because he probably pushed you to a certain level in yourself that you didn't know you had. And you're like, dang, I thought I would be able to get out here and control this guy. But, he ain't what I thought he was. Now y'all dapping up. Y'all exchanging numbers. Y'all cool now. Hey, what park y'all go to on Sundays? Hey, meet us up here. Y'all boys now. Yeah. That's what sports has always been. All this extra stuff that they're adding to it is unnecessary. And I'm gonna tell you what's happening right now, man. America is losing. Like we're losing in every arena. Whether it's the professional sports arena, we're losing top athletes to right now. Like the Arabians, the Saudis are getting them because they got the bag. In the WNBA, they're already giving the WNBA players a bag. Yeah. And then when you look at, let's say the NBA right now, the people coming in dominated, they're all foreigners. I'm not gonna say they're all foreigners, but it's if you're a purist and you want Americans to be dominating the league, you should be concerned right now.
Yeah.
Then we can take it out of the realm of sports. We can look at your favorite vehicles. You probably drive a Buick or a nice car. Guess where that car is being manufactured? In China. Ain't no tariffs on it. So before long, so what's happening, man? We're losing control of all these arenas because we keep letting these outsiders, people who didn't even grow up playing sports, we keep letting them insert crap into these sports that don't belong.
Yeah.
Man, let these players play. Let them so with the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese situation. Who, if you had a vote, who would you vote Rookie of the Year?
Angela Reese.
Angel Reese.
Why is that?
Team wins, contributes, and she puts up numbers.
Same thing.
Yep, same thing.
So can we analyze the team winning? What was her team's record last year versus Caitlin Clark's team's record last year?
Yeah, she was on a winning team. She was drafted to a solid team.
So is that something that we can measure fairly between those two players, knowing that the number one draft pick is probably going to go to the worst team in the league? And here's the next question: how many games behind the Chicago Sky are the Indiana Fever? 1/2 game.
Okay,
they're half a game behind.
I think.
How much weight does that have upon visiting that?
I would like to see the Chicago Sky's production last year in the interior, because I don't remember. If I'm not mistaken, the other big girl is a rookie as well, right?
Yeah.
So they had two other girls last year. So she had to come in, whatever she's doing, whatever Reese is doing right now. It's obviously
what Reese is doing is special. What Reese is doing is special. I don't want to take away from any of that. I watch her games, man, and this might I don't know how y'all feel about me saying this, but I'm gonna say it. Just watching her run down court is freaking amazing. That big hair she got, she big, tall running, and she got that big gait. Yeah. She don't look like she moving fast, but she passing everybody on her way to the rim. She is like great to watch. I'm not on the Angel Reese hate bandwagon. I'm not on that. But I will say my vote would have to go to Caitlin Clark.
Wow. Why is that?
Her numbers, I feel like at the end of the day, her numbers are really good. I don't have them in front of me or anything like that. But I think when we compare them and the impact that they're making on their team and on the league, I think it's Caitlin, especially, man, I'm a point guard. So I know the weight that the point guard carries. Like, dude, I got to get all y'all off.
Yeah.
So as a point guard, I feel so here's the deal. I look at it like this. If we coming down to like a point guard or a center and we got to choose one of them for MVP or Rookie of the Year, I would look at it like a quarterback versus a tight end. So who's really making the greater impact on the team? The center who is pulling down boards, like she's pulling down great boards. As a big, like the thing that they don't talk about is the way she gets up and down the court. Like that right there is an intangible that's not really being talked about with Angel Reese. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, Caitlin Clark, man, I think she just does more.
Yeah. The
Right,
Fever
so
actually got a better record.
yeah, I saw that.
They sitting in 7th in the sky right behind them and in 8th. But man, Caitlin Clark keeps putting up numbers, man. I just think what Reese is doing at that position is hard. Yeah.
So
I'm a point guard too, so it's tough for me to say, but
here's my question for you about those two. Is Angel Reese doing anything that changes the way we look at the game of basketball? And then obviously the same question to Caitlin. If you look at Caitlin Clark, is she doing anything to change the way we look at the game?
Not in college she was, in the pros she's not. They shutting that shit down. All that.
she's still pulling that thing from the logo. I mean, I saw that the other day.
But
so,
not at a high volume though.
Yeah, no, not as
I'm
efficient.
looking at the stats. She's 16 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal for Clark. For Angel Reese, 13, 12, and 1.
I mean, y'all gotta give me another big or another post female that's came into the league like Reese has. I mean, give me another one that's
look, man,
jumped in.
I wouldn't be upset with a Rookie of the Year.
I'm okay with that too. I guess this is
but the people don't want to see that.
No,
I think it's good for the league. These young ladies are solely responsible for the WNBA getting more views at a time when the NBA was in the freaking finals.
Is it going to hurt or help the league if they don't do that and give it to one or the other and keep that rivalry going? I just feel like doing that code crap is going to be like, okay, now we're on the same playing field. Oh, kumbaya. Nah, I'm gonna say give them the code.
I'm gonna say give them the code because you can't go back. They both deserve it, but you can't go back. They'll never get another chance to get this code Rookie of the Year. It's almost like Floyd Mayweather's gold medal in the Olympics that they robbed him of.
Yeah,
you can't go back and get that back, and they both deserve it. That's the thing. When you look at their production
right now, they both deserve it.
Say that again.
As I agree, as of right now, they both deserve it.
Yeah,
and I mean both, BOF, not TH. Both of them. I mean, they both deserve it, man. But keep that rivalry going, man. I want to see somebody pissed off.
Yeah, I wish I was hoping not Caitlin Clark, but I was hoping Angel Reese would lean more into that villain role. Be the villain, man. Your league needs villains, man. Y'all trying to. I think the league is suffering because one of the reasons the league is suffering because they don't want to put a spotlight on their villains.
Yeah, hey, and I'm gonna tell you this goes back to the LeBron situation. The whole little being friendly with everybody and everybody's friend and homeboys that LeBron started and be on teaming up. That's why they don't want the villain. They don't want somebody who they don't like. They don't want somebody who's good. Ron Artest, Vernon Maxwell,
Kennedy Carter,
Larry Bird, Magic. You know what I'm saying? They ain't like you go to 80s basketball. They used to physically fight each other. It wasn't none of that sweet shit that it is now. It was none of that sweet shit.
And it's ruining the game.
So that's the thing. Even when she said, she was like, "Do y'all have any issues?" She's like, "No, I like her off the court as a person." And I say all the time, all she had to say is, "When we on the court, I ain't got no friends." Yeah, that's what she had to say.
Exactly. But I think that's a cultural thing. I think with the way feminism is going, like it's taboo for women to say anything negative publicly about another woman. They'll be banished from the whole gender. They'll disown them. So they can't create the conflict and the tension that a good drama requires. Because we're talking about entertainment. When I watch certain teams play, I want to know what the stakes are. I want to know that there's a guy on this other team that will die before he lets Steph Curry hit one from the logo. I need to know that. Now I have a vested interest. I also might want to choose sides and say, well, I hate that player. I truly dislike Angel. Let's say just for hypotheticals, I truly dislike Angel Reese. So guess what I'm gonna do when she's playing people that I kind of like? I'm going to tune in because I want the person that I kind of like to beat Angel Reese. Just like people were tuning in, buying pay-per-views for Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. Like going out of your way to be liked, you're ruining your product. Somebody's got to be the villain. Someone has to be the bad guy. So, and then freaking
who's
Chuck
the-
did it.
Who's the villain? Who's the villain in the NBA right now? Who can we?
Dylan Brooks.
That's. I mean, but yeah, but I'm talking about like boxing. Talking about. I mean, like somebody that's superstar status, NBA All-Star status. We don't. I mean, who's the villain? Like you're right. We try.
They all buddies,
trying
bro.
to stay away.
That's all buddies, and then so they're all buddies, and then on top of that, the media is so preoccupied with LeBron James, we don't even know how to interpret whether a game is going to be good or not if he's not involved.
Yeah, exactly.
And so when you get the finals between the Mavs and the Celtics, who really cares? I don't really care.
But I'll tell you this: I think somebody who really is the villain, but they won't be the villain because the fan base, it's the fan base's golden boy. That's Luka.
Oh yeah, man, he would. Oh man, that dude would be a marvelous villain because he's
an asshole.
He's a big brat.
Yeah,
he's a grown ass bratty kid.
Yeah, asshole, but he balls out like pause. But yeah, he
that's one. That's one.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, was it kind of 3 so far for the show's run?
Know. But yeah, man, Luka is an asshole, man. So that would be the one. But like I said, that fan base, they're gonna be behind him regardless, and it kind of is equivalent to Caitlin Clark. Like,
so when you say that fan base, are you talking about us Texans or are you talking about the other teams?
Talking about Caucasians.
Oh yeah. That's their golden boy. That's their guy. And him,
right.
him,
and
him
wrong with it. Like he can he's legit. So I understand, but there hasn't been, and that's the thing, there hasn't been a great white hope in the NBA since Larry Bird.
No, Dirk was here.
But we haven't had and it's even Luka is not a home base kid. Yeah. He's a foreigner. Yeah. So we haven't had a home base American white hype in basketball since Rex Chapman was. We've had some hopefuls. Rex Chapman,
this new kid coming in. The one
Cooper Flag is he's the one. Cooper Flag is the one. Cooper Flag is the one.
Yeah,
he's the one. But until next year, there hasn't been one since.
How quick you think
Keith Van Horn
sell out? Keith Van Horn.
Van Horn.
Tyler Hero. Well, Keith Van Horn would have more potential and more hype, but they had Christian Laettner, Cherokee Parks, all them Duke centers. Yeah, basically, have been supposed to be in the Great White Hope, the next one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they've all busted. Pause.
Yeah. The tally up there in the corner.
Hey, dude.
3.
We gotta figure out. We gotta choose the next NBA villain, man. We gotta find that guy.
Give me your top 5. Give me your top 5 NBA villains right now.
Here we go.
Of all time?
Yeah, we're gonna hop into let's go all time. That's a good one. Look at you.
See, this is more so y'all's lane. Y'all are the experts on the NBA and stuff like that. I'm a casual observer.
Top 5 NBA villains. I'm gonna go Dylan Brooks. I'm not giving it an order though. I'm gonna go Dylan Brooks, Draymond Green, I get stuck right there. I might go Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole.
All right, so your villains are your villains based off of I don't want to say the popularity, but I'll say infamy. Like these guys they became infamous at some point in
yours is all time or this is current?
I'm just doing current. I'm doing current.
Oh, okay.
If we do all time, that's easy. That's easier. We're going to burn it. Well, let's do all time.
Yeah, that was gonna be my number 1. Go ahead.
Vernon Maxwell.
Number 1. That was my number 1.
Rasheed Wallace.
Ooh,
I almost. Dennis, of course.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. Hey. Stop real quick. I'm gonna pause you because I really don't know enough people, and you don't already named 2 of mine. So I want to make sure I get mine off because I'm gonna be able to switch mine up. So I got Vernon Maxwell. I got not Rasheed, but Dennis Rodman.
Dennis, yeah.
And then I would say at one point Charles Barkley, I didn't much like. I felt like when I was really rooting for the Chicago Bulls, I felt like Karl Malone was one of my bad guys.
Yeah.
I did not like Karl Malone. He was, but he never. I don't know any villainous things he did around the league, but to me, I hated that guy.
Yeah.
And so how many I got? 4? That was another. Who was my 5th?
Was that 3? You give us 3 or 4?
Meta World Peace, man. But they reformed him.
Yeah.
Meta was a bad guy.
Change who he was.
Yeah, man. Meta
change your
was
name
problems,
and change your
bro.
image. Yeah.
That's encouragement for like Angel Reese to go ahead and take up the mantle. We can always reform you. You're gonna do great things for the WNBA, like you're doing. You're gonna do them on a higher level, and in 20 years, when you're ready to retire, we can rewrite your whole story.
We're gonna change your name.
Yeah, man. We won't even have to change Angel's name, man. She's a beautiful young lady. She has appeal. She's rich. Like her ticket is wrote, man. She after the WNBA, she can write her own ticket.
Yeah, for sure.
Be the villain, Angel. Be the villain.
Yeah. Hey, throw Charles Oakley on that villain list. Charles Oakley.
Yeah, so hold on. Let me get my
Anthony Mason.
Let me drop mine. So we're gonna go Dennis Rodman, Draymond Green, Vernon Maxwell, Anthony Mason. Give me Bill Laimbeer.
That's easy. Yeah, that was easy. Still got about 5 more we left off the list.
Yeah, and my sleeper is
Rasheed Wallace.
John Stockton.
What?
I was like, he taking a note for me. Why John Stockton?
The dirtiest player in NBA history.
Why? I've never heard of this. Why is he dirty?
I heard
but the thing is, he was so his basketball IQ was so high that he never got caught. There's a story where a player was guarding him too close, so he dribbled, and threw the ball at his face.
Oh,
I think it's Reggie Miller. He dirty too. He dirty too. It's the same.
Where you guys getting the information?
Saying he was very sneaky. His IQ was very high. It's very sneaky. Look at his sister was dirty too. In one-on-one battle.
But wait a minute. But isn't that a part of every sport?
Of course.
To get a little dirty to where you're just within the lines of not getting caught.
Yeah, if you ain't seen, you ain't trying.
Yeah. Now, I think Draymond Green. Y'all know if we talk about dirty players, my favorite point guard, Chris Paul, is the world's worst.
Okay. I
didn't realize he was so dirty.
Yeah.
But that guy's he's terrible. But as far as guard play is concerned,
a lot of guys don't like playing with him either. So that could be one of the reasons why.
I bet that attitude translates into the way he is in the locker room and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he probably walks around with this air of, I'm set apart from the rest of you guys. Like y'all are over there, but I'm on the same level as the coaches and the guys in the front office. Don't even talk to me. Yeah,
they all try to say it's because his competitiveness and he wants to win and he wants to pull the best out of everybody. But a lot of things I've heard, man, that fool's thrown off. He'd been in a lot of altercations in the locker rooms, in the hallways after games, in the parking lot, and read a lot of stuff. But for him as a villain, that's tough. That's tough.
And I'm gonna tell you, the basketball guys have pretty much decided he's done something. We're not gonna give him a ring.
He ain't getting one.
And he had a lot of opportunities, not necessarily on the teams, but the trades and all of that stuff that didn't work out for him.
Who stopped that trade? Remember he was finna go to. He was about to come play with somebody, and somebody stopped it.
Gilbert Arenas breaks it down on the Gil podcast.
He was supposed to go to the Lakers, and David Stern shut that shit down.
David Stern, yes, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Who did he get drafted to? He didn't get drafted to New Orleans.
New Orleans?
No, I don't think he got drafted to
the Hornets.
You sure about that? I thought he got drafted somewhere else, and then he got sent to the Hornets.
Did he? He might have.
It could be.
He might have got flipped.
Yeah.
But
regardless, man, Chris Paul. When I was in high school, man, I was staying home from school functions so I could watch him play against North Carolina and Duke. And man, he was giving them what for, man. I love watching that guy in college, man.
Yeah, drafted to the Hornets. Drafted to the Hornets.
Okay.
All right, man. Thanks for fact checking me on television.
Hey man, that's our producer back there. Thank you, appreciate it. Good looking.
You could have, yeah, bro. You could have let that rock, man.
You know we official. We try to be official, man.
Yeah,
we got a statistician, whatever you call it. We got a historian checking out facts.
All right, so we gonna hop into some stuff about you, man. What's some stuff you got going on, man? Personally, I know you busy as hell.
Man, really, I do the Box County, man. It's a real small channel. I just started it maybe a year ago, and I'm trying to get the proprietary footage, get it built up, get a library, and get these East Texas cats. Y'all talking about it yesterday or in the last episode about how I think this is me and you on the phone, Ad, where East Texas is known for having studs out here, but we not necessarily getting a lot of the hardware. But we are sending guys to the league, and man, I want to be a part of encapsulating that these East Texas legacies. A lot of guys have come and gone through East Texas, bro, and all we can do is talk about them. With all the technology that we have, man, we should be able to go back and freaking review the files. So with Box County, man, I'm trying to be out there. I'm trying to get the files, get the footage, and have something that we can, when we're talking about these guys 5, 10, 20 years from now, we can actually have something to show. And on their way to the next level, I want to be able to help get them the exposure that they need to get the opportunities, the full gambit of opportunities in college and in the pros, man. I got a partner that I grew up with down here, man. He transferred from an East Texas school, went to Louisiana. I think he went to Airline High School in Shreveport, Louisiana. And then he went to Baylor. Then he moved around in the NFL for a little bit. Then he got an opportunity to go play in the CFL. And the dude, Josh Bell is his name. I'll go ahead and say the name. And the dude is he became a legend in the CFL, man. He's still in Canada. He never came back home. And man, I just want these kids to know that there are opportunities elsewhere. Like, you don't have to stop because you didn't make it to the NFL. You don't have to stop because you didn't go D1.
Yeah.
And we can still appreciate you if you're at the local junior college. Yeah. Like, we can appreciate you being there because we're in where we are as the Southwestern Junior College Football Conference. And bro, the likes of freaking Jimmy Butler went to TJC down here in this Southwest Conference. Freaking, I was watching the clip the other day, and freaking Sean Kemp was in this Southwest JUCO conference. You understand how crazy that is? That we've had the likes of Cam Newton down here in this area, and we didn't have the wherewithal to appreciate that crap. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Scottie Pippen was down here. Scottie Pippen.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Man, we gotta. I wanna figure out, man, how can we appreciate that? Because man, wouldn't it be awesome if Jimmy Butler would have got that championship in the bubble or when they were competing for that, and he would have had a reason to bring that back to East Texas? We're not giving these kids a reason to come home when they are successful. We don't know how to appreciate them for where they are when they're here. So when they make it, man, it's like, why? What do I owe these people? I don't owe y'all anything. Y'all never done anything for me and my family. I want to change that.
I see what you're saying, because that's a little bit different, because a lot of the DFW guys always come back, show love, host camps, and really like pay homage to
our teams.
The teams, the OGs before them, the coaches. But it's, like I said, it kind of gets lost out there in East Texas, and East Texas is rich with, like, everybody knows y'all got like Hercules type athletes out there. You know what I'm saying?
Trent Williams belongs to us, and he's an East Texas man. Like, he's deeply entrenched down here. I'm in Longview, Texas. This is Trent Nation down here. You say you mess around and start talking crap about Trent Williams somewhere in the city, you might not make it home, bro.
You talking about big fella for the 49ers?
Yeah, Trent Williams. Okay. Trent Williams is like, he's
from Longview?
Come on, man. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Oh, yeah, man. That's Irish. Like, and I think that's dope. And he does a lot for his school. He does a lot for the communities around here. Chris Ivory graduated from Longview, Texas.
Where did Trent Williams play college ball?
I want to say Oklahoma. He went to Oklahoma with another teammate of his from high school, Malcolm Kelly.
Okay.
They were at OU.
Okay.
Yeah. Malcolm Kelly is that dude. Every time football season rolls around, he's got a freestyle with
Yeah, OU. Yeah, my best friend was at OU during that time, man. So
yeah, so you remember.
So yeah, and that's the thing too. I didn't really think about it, but OU has a Longview East Texas pipeline now. I really
used
think
to
about
have
it,
a pipeline, yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, Taylor Tatum, he's at OU.
Oh, so I guess they still got it.
Yeah,
I guess they got rights over UT. Well,
Yeah.
They had a running back a while back when Chris Ivory came out. It was a kid named Vondrell McGee, and that kid when he was 15 years old looked like a professional athlete. It was a bunch of them in that group. Like one of their classmates, kid, I think it was Chris Ivory. Chris Ivory, this is a story that I heard. He was at a barbershop and they were just talking sports and football, and Chris Ivory walked in. They was like, "Hey man, what college you going to?" He was like, "Man, I'm a senior in high school." These dudes at Longview, man. I don't know what kind of weight program they had back in the early 2000s, man, but them kids didn't look normal, bro. But Vondrell, I mentioned Vondrell. He went to UT.
Let me ask you this: does East Texas or does Houston claim Adrian Peterson?
Man, AD, he's up there in Northeast Texas. I want to say Palestine. I take that back. He's in Palestine. Yeah. So you know what?
That's East Texas, right?
East Texas, right? Oh yeah, I don't get
technically speaking, Houston is East Texas.
Oh,
but that we don't when we say East Texas, we're talking like that northeastern pine tree region. So we don't really count Houston in it, but technically, Houston has the largest county in East Texas, followed by Tyler, Texas, Smith County, and then Gregg County and Longview. It's wild, man. I wouldn't mind claiming Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson, man, that dude was legendary when he was in high school, man. When he graduated the year before I did, and shoot, if we had an opportunity to go watch Adrian Peterson play, better believe that's where we were, man. We were watching AD. Yeah, well, ain't no two ways around it, man. That dude was a legend in high school.
He came in Oklahoma and the league like an animal, boy.
Man, I didn't think
know him. You knew him immediately.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there is no way you would have been able to convince me that his athleticism was gonna translate that well in the college and professional level. I ran a sprint relay against him one time, man. So I saw him up close, and nothing about his physical body was that impressive to where you would think linebackers would have to make business decisions meeting him in that hole, man.
Yeah. He said business
linebackers, bro. This dude, you gotta think about it. Because the reason he was so deadly when he met you in that hole is because he's hitting the hole so hard, but he could still make a cut left or right.
Yeah, you got it, bro. You got it.
Oh, what? I should have paused back there.
Yeah, that's one box.
No, man, I need to get a sign or something, bro.
That's a tough one right there. Yeah. That's a tough one.
Yeah. We gotta edit that one.
Hey, I'm gonna edit that out.
Yeah. Hey, for me, do it for your boy, man. I'm tripping. Damn, I just let me go.
We all should be allowed 2 per show.
Hey, next time I goes too far, just put your hand up, black your screen out. I'll get the hint. I'll relax. But he could when Adrian Peterson's running, he could be running a straight line, full speed, and cut left to right. Did I clean it up? Did I clean it up that time?
Yeah, that's better. That's better, man.
Hey, but I've been holding this question. So, because Box, you said this. So I know with basketball, we're trying to get kids to understand the NBA may not be for everybody. So there's other opportunities. You said something interesting. You said that kind of the same with football. So do they pay well enough in those other football leagues like CFL and them European leagues for them guys to trying to make that a goal as well?
This is what I would recommend, man. I would recommend the same thing for anyone going into the WNBA. You'd never know when your career is going to get cut short, even in the NFL. Like this contract you get might be your only contract, and you got to stretch that for the rest of your life and through your kids' lives, right? So you got to be careful with your money. I would recommend we go back toward making sure these kids are getting a high level of education, because the CFL, I don't imagine, is going to be able to give you the type of contracts that you're going to be able to live off of for the next 40 years. I don't imagine that. You're going to have to work after you leave the CFL. So if you're going into work, you're already going to have the name and notoriety that you would get from being on the professional level. Man, set yourself up so you can transfer on a career path that, man, now I'm getting out of league. I'm in my 30s. I can come in maybe at something higher than an entry-level position and have a career here. But I wouldn't, these aren't the paths or the professions that are going to pay you for the next 50 years on one contract. So you just gotta understand that and understand that it is what it is. Everybody's not going to make it to the NFL. Everybody's not going to make it to the NBA. But if you've grown up your whole life training with these particular skill sets, you should make a living on it if you're able to, and make as much as you can doing it.
Yeah.
But also hit the books, man. One of the things that I'm kind of afraid of is, with AAU and beyond the AAU, these opportunities for guys to make money on like the semi-professional level, even the NIL deals. I'm worried that a lot of these guys aren't getting the education that they need to get. Yeah. Like when I look at a lot of these kids that have hit the league that I followed on these high school hoop highlight reels, I don't know if they got it upstairs, man. And I think that's negatively affecting the game. I don't think these kids have the capacity to play the game on the higher IQ level as these kids coming from Europe.
Yeah. It's a reality. It's a sad thing, but I mean, I want to get into how many kids we know and heard that have to do credit recovery in the summer just to graduate high school.
Yeah.
So that number is ridiculous, man. But we definitely got to find a way to make that a focus now, because it ain't academics ain't what these kids worried about.
Well, Ag need to be talking to them about the all Army teams too, man. He tripping.
Yeah, hey, I tell kids all the time, man. Ask Coach Mac. I say, hey, you want to go military? They're like, no.
Yeah.
Navy, Army. I had a kid turn down a full ride to VMI with no added extra service, just your 4 years. He turned it down. Ended up going JUCO. He's still JUCO right now.
They're scared of that responsibility, man.
It ain't that hard, bro. It ain't, man.
They think it's torture.
That's the secret of America right now. The secret of America is that freaking military will set you up, man. It ain't what you think it is. It's really, especially like your first 4 years, man. It's really like college.
I tell people all the time, once you get out of boot camp, it's just a job. Yep. It's a job.
And it's a whole world within itself. Like every job that you have in the regular world, you got one of those in the military.
Yeah, exactly, man. You got cooks, you got plumbers, electricians, you got snipers, you got everything. But everybody's thinking Call of Duty type stuff, man. It's not like that. It's literally, I mean, if you get deployed, then you are a plumber, you just have your M16 in the corner or M4 in the corner. Like, but you still gonna wrangle turtles, you know what I'm saying? So
I will say this: when you picking your job, you better make sure that you can still do your job in theater. Because if you ain't doing your job in theater, they're gonna give you an M16, put you on a gun truck. You'll be kicking doors down, finding IEDs. So be mindful of that. My dumb ass, I was super smart going into the military. I sat down with the recruiter at MEPS. And guy says, pulled up the ASVAB scores. Like, look, man, you can get any job in the Army you want. What do you want to do? I said, sir, I don't want to be nowhere near the shit. If they fighting over there, keep me away from that. We sat there for like an hour. An hour later, I was signing up to be a freaking medic.
Damn.
I'm the idiot running to the shit. This is dumb, man.
Got your ass, boy. That's the worst place to be in, man.
Stupid, man.
You gotta patch up all the blood and guts, man.
But that turned out to be chill. Like the medical field, like you can be a combat medic on paper and never ever see an ounce of combat. And so it's the military is different, man. You just got to you got to get right with your God before you sign up and come home, man.
Yeah,
man. But the thing is, like, I was in the barracks. It was a bay. It was 10 of us. We had one guy that went to be a medic. As soon as he got done with goddamn I can't think what it's called.
AIT.
AIT, straight to Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Right.
What year was this?
2012.
2012. So 2012, things were kind of calming down by then. How many people were in your class in AIT?
Now that wasn't AIT, that was
basic. But I'm asking in AIT, how many were in your class?
In AIT, I think it was like 108.
Bro, when you go to Fort Sam as a medic, it's 460 of y'all when you first get there, and y'all got to march together everywhere. Wow. And then we obviously didn't graduate with 460, but like a whole platoon element worth of people, we all went to the same brigade. A lot of us were in the same company. We all went to the same brigade, and within like, I'll say 6 months, we were deploying to Iraq. But it wasn't that bad of a transition for us. Like your buddy that went to Afghanistan immediately, they probably need 1 or 2 people to get to readiness. So that dude was going to a new unit, going to Afghanistan by himself.
Yeah, he was fast track. He got a test with fast track.
That's the worst.
The thing was he graduated with honors, so they fast tracked his ass as soon as he graduated to Afghanistan. So he was like, "Damn, I done made all these high ass scores, and my reward is they send my ass to Afghanistan."
Yeah, that's your reward. He probably had a 300 PT score. Yeah, get him over there.
he was up there. He had like a 292.
Dang.
Yeah. What was your PT score?
Hey man, don't ask me that in public. Come on, man. What's wrong with you, man? Asking me these questions like I'm just that guy. I'm not that guy, bro. I'm
only asking you that because mine was a 297.
All right, mine was about 298 on a good day.
Box say one. He say 1 point higher.
Yeah, I got second in my in boot camp. This big ass white boy named damn, I forgot what his name was. I think his name was Trolley or something. He was from Florida. He was like 6'5", like 275. He looked like the damn Terminator.
Dang.
Yeah, he got 300.
6'5", 275, running a 12.
Yeah, he ran 12 2 mile. He ran a 12. Yeah, he beat me in the 2 mile.
You understand how stupid and crazy that is? So a 275-pound guy running a 2 mile in 12 minutes.
Yeah, he was a monster. Damn, I'm gonna find a picture of him. He was big as shit though.
That's the dope thing about the military too, man. It's full of athletes. So if you go to a place that's big on intramural, man, you're gonna have a ball, man. Because it ain't nothing but athletes out here.
Yeah, that's all we used to do on Sundays. Go hoop, man.
Yeah,
man. But now, man,
this Asian boy from named Kane from Minnesota. He was a bucket.
Was he?
And I was like, man, why didn't you go to college to play ball? He was like, man, my grades were bad. And I was like, oh. Okay.
Was he ever in Fort Riley?
Nah, he went to Benning after. Yeah, he went to Benning.
I played an Asian dude on Fort Riley, man. That dude was making shots. I ain't like pissing me off, man. It's like he could not miss. Like I was pissed off, man.
We had a white boy named Beverstone from North Dakota, and he was a bucket too. He was like 5'9", and everybody's like, "Where you from?" He's like, "North Dakota." We was like, "North Dakota." That motherfucker get hooped, boy. He said that's all we had to do was play basketball.
He ain't playing no football in that weather. He in the gym.
The fact that y'all saying y'all hooped in the service in the military is crazy because I told Joe before, I said, shit, when they were trying to recruit us back in high school, the only thing I thought it was, shit, they finna send you overseas, you finna go to war, you finna do 1,000 push-ups in 5 minutes.
You gonna do that too?
I thought that was all day though. Right?
That's gonna get your shot right. When your legs
anyway.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you how bad it was, man. When I was in Iraq, I used to go out with the gun truck, and I got my headset on. We all talking on the comms and stuff, and one of the trucks had a couple of my partners. They were in the other truck, and some kind of way we just got to talking shit. My LT was in the truck. We just got to talking shit about who could really ball in the company, and how my platoon, the medic platoon, I was talking to the Alpha gun truck platoon. Like, man, y'all can't see us. We got to talking so much shit on the comms on the way to the delivery. We got to the delivery. It was like an hour and a half, 2 hour turnaround. Everybody else is taking naps and resting, ready for the trip back. We in the gym, full kit, hooping, like balling on it. Like it's crazy, man. Combat boots and everything, man.
Yeah, I'd have loved it. Wish I'd have known that. Wish they should have said that when they tried to recruit us.
Nah, man. You know what, man? You can't really say that because everybody's experience is totally different, bro. I was fortunate that I ended up in the right place at the right time on that deployment with the right people. But man, some people, their entire experience is absolute hell.
But the guy they sent into our high schools was like in your face, kind of like really aggressive, and
they out there, bro.
We want you to.
Those people are there too. I could talk to y'all about my basic training experience all day. It was the worst. Do not recommend, bro.
Say that. We'll do that. We'll say that for another show.
Yeah, man.
I like to hear y'all experiences, man.
Yeah, man. Now that shit's wild because boot camp for me was, again, that I tell people all the time, they be like, what's the hardest part of the military? I said, the hardest part is living with so many people from different ways of life.
Yeah.
Every single thing that you can think of is right there, and you got to live with them, and you got to work with them, and you have to grow with them.
How long is the boot camp?
What, 10 weeks, right?
I thought it was 9. Well, you got a 0 week, so if you count that,
0.
Yeah, 10 weeks.
Yeah. So, but I tell people all the time, man. It ain't. I said, especially like athletes, I tell them, just imagine a practice where your coach is bullshitting and he's like making you run for stupid shit. That's what the military is like. You can never do anything right, and once you get that in your mind that they just messing with you and just going through the motions, you fine. But when you get emotionally attached to having to do stuff and thinking that it's gonna end, it's not. So just grind through that shit. I had already programmed my mind going in after the first day. Like first day was a shocker for me, but after that I was like, all right, man, this is it. I'm finna lock in.
Nah, so I got messed up. See that reception week that you're on the other side of the tracks. I thought that's what basic was gonna be like. So drill sergeant was chill over there. He was joking. We're talking. Man, we got to the other side of them tracks. I'm coming with that same demeanor. Drill sergeant say something that's funny, catch me off guard. I laugh, and now I'm getting messed up. They kicking my butt, man. Drill sergeants in my basic hated me, man. I did not have a good experience, bro. I can't even talk about it publicly. I'm not ready. It was bad. Man, where my man go?
Oh man, I don't know. You said they fed you some fool's gold.
Yeah, man, it was tough, man. They
led you to the water the wrong way.
Yeah, man. They had me. They tricked me into relaxing, and it wasn't time to relax. I needed by week 9. If I would have waited till like week 7, 8, 9, I probably could have relaxed. But I relaxed too early, and as a result, my whole stretch was hell, bro.
Yeah. Since we got time, what's the weirdest or craziest thing that happened to you in the military? I know Joe gave me his, so it might be similar.
I don't know, man.
Or let's say this: what's the most outrageous thing a commander or sergeant has asked you to do?
I won't go that route. I'll go this route because back to my time in Iraq. Again, I'm surrounded by dudes that still want to be athletes. So if it's somewhere to go to play a game, we are there. And one night, I'll never forget, me and some of the guys from Gun Truck, they had found out that there was like an indoor football league at another base in Iraq. And some kind of way, man, these fools got permission from somebody. I'm not even going to name no names, but they got permission from someone to get access to an MRAP in the middle of the night.
Damn.
We in this big ass mine resistant vehicle driving to another base in Iraq just to play football. We got no permission, no clearance to do this. If we got that night, man, if we had got hit by mortars and would have had to report to our companies, we'd be done because we way out of pocket. We not even on the base. We supposed to be reporting in the middle of the night, and we're on another base playing freaking touch football. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff, man. Nobody knows where we are. Like it sounds weird because we in the real world, and you can go and do whatever you want to do here in the real world.
Yeah,
but when you're in a combat zone, you're not just moving on your own.
Yeah,
you gotta have permission.
Touch football.
Yeah, touch football, man.
How many of it was y'all?
Mad shit. It was how many of us was it? About 5 of us in that MRAP thing bumping.
Okay.
The place that we drove to, we got to a certain point where there weren't even any roads. We just drive.
Wow.
Like it was stupid, man. My partner, man, but we had to get in. We had to go over there and show them fools what was up. I don't even know. Yeah. I don't even know how they found out that was going on over there, but they did. Like if we were SF Special Forces, it probably wouldn't be a big deal because they come and go as they please in those countries. But us being regular idiots, that was a real crazy night. I'll never forget being scared as hell, coming and going.
It is wild, man. Man, we appreciate you having you on, man. We definitely got to have you back. You got to become a regular on the show, man. So
wait a minute. What about my goddamn moment? Was that my goddamn moment? All right, man. Cool.
Yeah, let's go.
We can cover a few. Goddamn,
yeah. What's up? Goddamn.
Bro, my goddamn moment. Or how am I supposed to goddamn moment? It wasn't a moment. It was a whole game. Matter of fact, I got several of those. It was a whole game. I was a sophomore in high school. We go to Rusk, Texas. Everybody that knows me, the second I say Rusk, Texas, they already know what I'm finna talk about. We go to Rusk, Texas. There's another sophomore running back. I'm thinking, hey, this guy's a sophomore. Too easy. I'm finna show him what I'm doing over here at 135 outside linebacker. We get to Rusk, Texas. And we get in the game. I'm playing outside linebacker. I'm undersized. And suddenly they made a switch with the offense. They were running a shotgun, and they put another running back in the backfield with Cody Glenn. Cody Glenn, he did some time in the NFL. He big time baller from East Texas, right?
Okay.
They put one of his linebackers / defensive ends in the backfield with him. And they kept sending him to lead block me. And by the end of the night, this nigga had me in the stands with the marching band.
Damn.
He was manhandling me, bro.
Michael Orr.
Man, dude, the next, I'm gonna tell you how bad it was. The next film session, my coaches were slowing the instant replay down. And I see cameras flashing as I'm flying in there. By the third time, the people were ready for me to get thrown. And it was like a whole ordeal. Hey, he's definitely come get number 22 again. Throw him into the stands. It took me out for the rest of the season. I basically.
What did you learn from that?
What did I learn from
How did you get better from that?
Well, I moved to cornerback. that pretty much solved a lot of that lead blocker issue.
You got out the way, boy.
Yeah, that was my last. That was my last full game as an outside linebacker. Yeah. I'm playing the wrong position, bro. But yeah, man. What I learned from that though is how to take on that lead blocker, especially if he's bigger than you. If you're coming out here toward me, I'm shooting at your legs, bro. You're not gonna keep coming out here full speed like that dude did. You're gonna slow down and figure out a different way because by the time I was a senior, I was really good at putting dudes on their head like a spinning top. I'm gonna put you on your head. But man, that was a terrible night. Later that night, man, we were needed a possession and they were punting the ball away. Man, I freaking got rough in the kicker. It was terrible, man. That was a terrible night, man. I didn't play no more after that.
Yeah. That's tough, man.
That was my moment, man. Y'all seem like, top recruits, 2-star, 5-star athletes. Y'all ain't never lived. Y'all don't know the life I lived. Being a regular nigga, halfway scared out here on defense. Y'all don't know nothing about that.
I wish I'd have kept playing football, but I got hit too many times. So I was like, nah, this ain't for me. It came easy though. Football came a lot easier, but it was.
So you're on that. That's y'all next episode. Which sports easily to translate to football
Oh,
and basketball.
shoot.
Oh, that's a good one. Like I said, man, we got to get you on, man. You're gonna be a regular on the show. That's hands down, man. So we appreciate you coming on. Give it your social media where we need to follow you at.
All right, so I'm Box County. If you're looking me up on YouTube, you got to type in Box County, Texas. I'm slowly building up my library, but really, as you know, it's the off season. It ain't gonna pop off till football season come around. Nothing is current. Like the stuff that I'm putting on there right now, it'll be cool to go back and look at in retrospect. But currently, ain't nobody trying to keep up with what I'm posting now. But when football season rolls around, I will be following primarily the Kilgore Bulldogs. Here in East Texas, man, we got some powerhouses in 4A. We got Kilgore, we got Chapel Hill, we got Gilmer, and we got Carthage. Carthage, Coach Surratt, this guy has like 9 or 10 state championship appearances. His son's a quarterback over there. I think he's going into his junior or senior year this year. Excellent quarterback, man. Great ball placement. I can't wait to see what he looks like this year. And so in week 14 of the playoffs, this is how strong these 4As are. When week 14 of the playoffs has come around the last 2 years, these 4 schools had to come meet in their respective divisions to see who gets to go play in state. And last year, Gilmer beat Carthage, and they ended up winning state. And Chapel Hill beat Kilgore, and they made it to state, but they didn't. They ended up getting beat.
Okay.
But East Texas, man, I'm really excited about what we're going to be looking like this year. We got a lot of schools that have a potential to go back to state. I know Dangerfield made it to the semifinals last year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's what's up, man. Hey, again, we appreciate you. Definitely gonna have to get you back on. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming on.
Follow the homie, man. Follow the homie. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Hey, man. Hey, give my contact information, man. Send me some links. Send me some information, man. I'll definitely follow you guys back too.
For sure. Already. Regular on here, man.
Yes, sir. Box County signing out.
Yes, sir.